the honors program in data science and analytics, then you are not eligible for big data analytics course here. And for the advanced cloud computing, you should have a pre-knowledge, a prerequisite of cloud computing course there. So it is not like that if you have not taken cloud computing in semester 6, then you are not able to take this advanced cloud computing in semester 7. You can take advanced cloud computing in semester 7, provided you should have the basic knowledge of cloud computing. You may have done with this online courses, or from any source you can get the basic knowledge of the cloud computing course there. Then if you have opted for honors in cybersecurity and forensic, then you are not eligible for cybersecurity, forensic and cyber law course here. And if you have opted for this honors in geospatial computing, then you are not eligible for GIS and spatial computing. So this is about the list of courses under elective 3. Similarly, we have list of courses under elective 4. So the courses are blockchain technology, computer vision, advanced web technology, DevOps, natural language processing, secure coding, and software architecture. So out of these courses, secure coding is not available for you if you have opted for honors in cybersecurity and forensic. So students, just take care of these restrictions over there while filling the form. Now, as sir has already mentioned about the allotment policy, so the allotment of the elective will be done based on the GPA of semester 5. So we'll consider the GPA of semester 5 merit-wise sorting for the allotment. So we always try to give the elective course of your choice. So whatever the first preference you will give in the Google form. So we will try our level best to give you the first choice always. But sometimes it happens that course is overloaded with the students, and we have to apply some upper cap over there, or some of the courses are opted by very few students. So in such cases, we have to consider the merit for the allotment purpose. So minimum number of students to offer an elective, we consider a one batch of the student should be there, and maximum number we consider for the entire class strength, or we may have multiple divisions for a particular course. So depending on the request that we get from the students, we take the decision here. This roadmap I have already showed you earlier as well. So you are well aware of that what different courses. So we have considered four important domains of computer engineering. So intelligent system and data processing, network security and systems, and image analysis and interpretation, and software and system engineering. So these are the different domains that we have figured out, and department has tried to put a sufficient number of courses under these domains, so that if you want to explore a particular domain, you want to pursue your career in a particular domain, you will get the enough opportunity to study about that particular domain. So this we have discussed earlier as well. So you are well aware of what different courses are available in a particular domain. So you can choose the elective wisely. So this is about the courses here, about the electives courses that are available. So now I would like to request Shivani madam to take it forward.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Now I will be sharing the syllabus. Is it visible, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
It is visible. So as we will start with the department elective 3 for semester 7, may I request Dr. Manish Pote sir to start with advanced cloud computing?
Yes, ma'am. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, my screen is visible properly.
Acha, you are presenting, sir?
Yeah, ma'am.
Oh, yes, sir, it is visible.
Visible.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Hello. Good morning, all of you. So I'm just orienting about the course, Advanced Cloud Computing. The course code already Madam has mentioned. And as we are just mentioning, this is the Advanced Cloud Computing. So this is prerequisite we have mentioned about it, that the cloud computing is we are chosen. But even though you are not carried out the cloud computing as an elective in your semester 6, still you can be able to carry out, as Madam has mentioned also. So it's not necessary, but you should have the prerequisite knowledge about the cloud computing. That's why we are just mentioning it. So this is the thing that we have mentioned here. That is, in this particular course, we will going to include the cloud infrastructure, AI, ML, IoT, edge computing. These are the advanced topics that we are just covered in this. So prerequisite for this course, that is operating systems, client server programming, network protocols, and basics of the cloud computing. Then the course objectives, I'm just making it the bullet points. So the first course objective that we have just mentioned about that understanding the computing model, what are the different computing models are there? Then what are the best practices for that cloud learning the cloud is concerned? Then explore the distributed computing, then study the advanced cloud topics and analyze AI, ML, and IoT challenges. Then the course outcomes are the cloud fundamentals, the infrastructure and serverless programming that we will learn here, AML challenges, and IoT and edge computing as aligned with that the course objectives. Then the module one, just the warm up with that the cloud. That's why I'm just mentioning that even though you people are not carried out the cloud computing as a initial course, so here we will going to consider about that the cloud computing basics, cloud platforms and technologies, and different kinds of the clouds that will be covered in that module one. In cloud module 2, we will cover about the cloud computing fundamentals. So here we will cover the service models that you might be aware about it, and some more models that we will going to learn. How exactly the cloud data centers are organized, that we will come to learn. Then what are the virtualizations and the containers, isn't it? And elasticity and scaling, how exactly that we will going to work about it, and how exactly the workload balancing, etc., that we'll going to carry out. Then module number 3, basically that talks about that cloud infrastructure. So here, basically we will going to talk about the large scale cluster management. Basically that will be the resource sharing is there and scheduling is there. Then we will going to consider about a resource scheduling, container orchestration and microservices management is there, and serverless computing and the cloud functions that we'll going to cover as far as module number 3 is concerned. Then module number 4, basically start here our advances, of course, that starts from the module 3 itself. So cloud and AIML, how exactly the cloud and AIML works for me, either. So large scale machine learning services on clouds that will be studied. Then the resource management and production scale machine learning that will be studied in this one. Then applied machine learning research in cloud, for example, that workload and error predictions, etc., that will be considered. So research challenges will be talk about it, and practically also we will going to learn about this. Then current and future research challenges for that AI and ML and workload predictions that we will study. Then module number 5, here it is exactly that the cloud IoT and edge computing that we will consider. So IoT and edge computing fundamentals we will learn. Then future research directions and opportunities in the cloud and edge computing. And practicals are concerned for this particular course as it is the advanced cloud computing. So we're going to learn about that AWS, GCP, Azure are the platform that we're going to use it for performing the practicals during this course. So this is the things from my side. If you have any query, you can ask the questions. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So
Thank you.
now, may I request Dr. Archana Madam to start with presentation on geographic information system and spatial computing as elective 3, and then software architecture as elective 4. So I'll be
Yes, ma'am.
sharing my screen.
Yes.
This GIS. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Is it visible?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. So, yeah, so if I'll talk about this GIS information system and spatial computing. So under this course, the main objectives of these courses are, if you will complete the course, then you will be able to understand the core concept of the geographical information system, apply vector and raster data analysis, then perform the surface mapping, interpolation and network analysis, develop and interpret spatial models, and implement spatial data mining techniques. So these are the objective of this GIS and spatial computing course. So under this course, the first module is on the introduction to GIS, because the geographic information system is a new concept to you. So it has never been covered in the in your BTech curriculum earlier. So introduction to GIS and the different data model. So data model of GIS system is quite different. So here we are having that vector data and the raster data. So type of the data are different here. So you will study about the different type of the data, vector data, raster data, how to understand that data, how to deal with that particular data. Then the second module is on the core data analysis. So under core data analysis, here the various techniques are there for predicting the value, and various techniques are there for the interpolation as well, overlay, distance measurement. So here you will study about the different techniques that are available to understand the vector data and the raster data. Then surface mapping and analysis. So under surface mapping, we'll try to get the unknown value based on the known values. So that is the main concept covered over here. So under this, there are various techniques that are available to deal with the actual, obviously two types of the data, vector data and the raster data. And fourth module is on the spatial modeling. So under spatial modeling, we will you will study about the different models that are available, descriptive and explanatory models that are available for the modeling of for modeling with respect to the application. And last module is on the GIS and spatial analysis. So spatial rule that the advanced data mining techniques, using that how to implement the advanced or data mining techniques using the spatial data, because spatial data is something different. So we have to understand and deal with the spatial data in a different manner. So this is about the content, and then about the books. So we are having sufficient books in our library as well. So this Chain ka book is there, that introduction to GIS, and all the different books are available in our library. So this is about the reference books. And during the conduction of the lab experiment, so under the lab experiment, you will work on the different types of the data. First of all, you'll understand that what are the sources available to get the spatial data. So we'll study about the different sources and how to take the data from the different sources, and then how to understand that data, how to use that data. So various lab experiments will be there based on the plotting of the data using the GIS software. So for the GIS application, we have to make use of the GIS software. So we have this ArcGIS proprietary software available in college, and this open source software QGIS is freely available. So experiments will be conducted using ArcGIS and QGIS, and during the experimentation, you will work with the different types of the data, vector data, raster data, and how to generate, analyze the data, how to interpolate and generate the data, and how to apply the data mining techniques on the spatial data. So all the experiments will be based on these concepts only. And I hope you are already aware of what different applications of GIS is there. So Google Map is one of the very good application, and all these transportation provided applications are making use of the GIS to give you the idea that how long it will take to reach to the destination, and what is the traffic situation currently there in a particular route. So all these are the application of the geographic information system only. Other than that, we can make use of the GIS in urban planning, in environmental management, in this agriculture as well. So there are lots of applications available for the geographic information system, and you get to know that how long it will take to reach your delivery at your home or somewhere. So all these are the applications of the geographic information system only. So this is a brief idea about this particular course, GIS and spatial computing. Now, after this, I would like to talk on the other course that is available, that is software architecture to you. Yes, Shivani madam, will you take to the syllabus of software architecture? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this is software architecture. Okay, thank you, ma'am. So software architecture is again a very good course that is available under elective, and if you are interested in software designing and all that, so this is a very good course for you. And under this course, you will understand the designing of the architecture of software system in the various architectural styles. So different styles are getting used for the different types of the application. One style or one type of the design is not applicable everywhere. You are well knowing this because you are already done with software engineering. So under software engineering, you have already studied that what different types of the designs available, and how you can give the different perspective of a particular software by using the different types of the model there. So in under this course, you will be able to understand the design of the architecture of system in various architectural styles, then evaluate the software architecture using the analysis techniques. Because once we are ready with the design, then we should be able to analyze also. Then there are, you already aware of the functional and non-functional properties of a particular software. So under this course, you will study that how to analyze the non-functional properties in the design, and then design the domain model for the domain specific software engineering and architecture. So these are the different objectives for this particular course. Now, if I'll talk about the content of the course, so under this course, you will have the introduction to the software architecture. Under introduction, you will come to know what different types of the architectural patterns and architectural styles are available, because different types of the applications need different types of the designing to understand the core functionality of that particular software. So we'll see that what are the different architectural styles and architectural patterns are available, what are the key features over there, what are the terminologies used in those particular style and the patterns. Then whatever the architectural style is, we divide the architecture design in two main component. One is called component and second is the connector. So in the second module, you'll get the chance to study about the different types of the connectors that are available. So we can reuse the connector, and if I'll talk about the real life implementation or the designing of a particular software, so there is a concept of reusing or use of the shelf product. So how and where to make use of the shelf product there, so that you will understand that what different types of the connectors are there and how we can make use of those connectors in any of the design. So second module is on the different types of the connectors, their utility, and where we can use it. Then the third module is on the analysis. So once we are ready with the model, then we should be able to do the analysis of that particular model to understand whether that model is efficient or not. Third module is on the modeling and analysis. So here different types of the model, different ways of analyzing the model will be there. And in the fourth module, designing for non-functional properties. So non-functional properties are equally important for a particular software as functional properties, because we always look for the good performance of the software. So non-functional properties are equally important. So here we will have the different non-functional properties and how to alter the design to satisfy the non-functional properties. And the final last module will be on the domain-specific software engineering. So here, with respect to a particular domain, what different steps of the engineering should be there, software architecture should be there, that is there. So this is about the content of the course, and we have enough books in our library as well with respect to this particular course. So these are the list of books that are there for the software architecture. Under the lab experimentation of this particular course, so we will see that what different styles are there. And there is one very well-known software that is freely available called Archimate. So since past 2 years, we are making use of this Archimate software for the designing purpose. And under the lab experimentation, you have to choose any of the existing software, and you have to suggest the design of that particular software using the different style. And so after performing the lab experimentation, you will understand that what type of the architecture style is suitable for a particular software and why. So that is the final motive to make you understand that how to do the designing of the software, because software designing is a full-fledged work in it. And there are software architectures that are available in the industry. So software designing is a full-fledged work. So designing is a very crucial task before the implementation. So this course is entirely consisting of the designing phase, consists the designing phase of the software life cycle. So this is about the software architecture course. So thank you all of you. Thank you, Shivani madam.
Thank you, madam. Now I request Bharti HN madam to give us a brief about big data analytics. I'll be sharing my screen. Hello.
Thank you, Shivani madam.
Yes.
Can you please share the big data analytics syllabus?
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Is it visible?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam. Can you please close the navigation window?
Yeah.
Good morning, students. So today I'll be orienting you about the big data analytics course. This is for the students who are not opted the honors in data science. Here, this is for the students. All of you have studied about the RDBMS. We have learned the data, structured data, but when now you might have seen that we don't read with only the structured data, but unstructured data, real-time data like GIS, recommendation systems, Google Maps, spatial data, and finding the simple Google search where we understand which are the different pages having the same content, like that. So this is we need to understand how to analyze, deal with the data which is not structured. And the size of the data is very, very huge, and we need to analyze during the runtime or the real time also. So this course orients objectives of this course is to understand what is big data, what is its role in solving today's challenging domains, so that to understand that we'll be understanding here the different tools and the frameworks required to handle that data. That is nothing but Hadoop, MapReduce, Spark. These are the different techniques or the framework we will be using to understand how to manage the data and how to do the parallel processing of the data in the Hadoop system. Then it is not only to store the data, and also we need to apply different techniques so that the huge amount of data will be reduced to small so that we can work on that to get the valuable insights from the large data sets. So that is the second outcome or the objective of this course. Then coming to the third one, there are different business models which are used to handle these algorithms data, that is scalable algorithms, to solve the real world problem, because we know the size of the data, the number of users of any application is increasing tremendously in a short period of time. So how to handle those data? So we need to have different scalable algorithms for that. So third objective is taken focuses on that. Now, after understanding what is big data and the different frameworks and different algorithms or the techniques to use the data, how to analyze and what are the different applications where we can apply these big data analytics. Some examples like recommendation system, healthcare system, and social networks is taken. Madam, syllabus please. So to achieve the 4 objectives, we have designed the syllabus into 5 modules. In the first module, we'll be learning the introduction about the big data and the frameworks and its characteristics, Hadoop and its components, the distributed file system to manage the data in different places so that the work can be done parallelly. So for that, we'll be using distributed file system and the MapReduce techniques. Then the different algorithms we used in the MapReduce technique to solve different problems. So for this, we'll be using the Apache Spark tool to understand the data. As coming to the second module, this second module focuses on reducing the data, big data, large amount of data into valuable data on which we can process and get the information. So how to reduce the dimensions, how to find the similar items is understood from this second topic. Coming to the third one, the earlier one is discussed about reducing the dimensionality. Now, how to deal with the current real-time data? That means we get the data like just take an example of Google Maps. The data is coming into your system, but no need to store everything data to analyze, because you don't need those data unless it is specifically required. So, but instead of storing the data, if you get whatever is required immediately before storing the data into the memory is discussed, and different techniques are used to handle such data from the mining data streams that will be understood here. Real-time data. So example, healthcare is considered for handling the data as an example. And the fourth module is deals with link analysis, how the different web pages or the data are connected, and how the different frequent items are brought together. frequent items, one item when you relate one with the other, how frequently they are comes together, like this, the analysis, association of the information, and not only the association, how the link from one page to other page, which is the good pages, which are the bad pages. So this all we can do in the fourth module. And the fifth module, we'll be discussing on the clustering and mining social networks and graphs. We'll be understanding how to group the similar items here in the live stream also, real-time data, and also the static data by using in Euclidean and non-Euclidean spaces, and the applications of these in a recommendation system, many different types of recommendation system, whatever the recommendation you see in general life, which are the application you open, recommendation you get, how these recommendations you are getting. That also will be studied in the fifth module. The last topic here is the mining. Shivani madam? Yeah, please. Thank you. Social graph. So many people, we are all connected through different social networks like LinkedIn, official, professional network graphs. So we reach from one to anybody who are connected in the graph. So how these informations are maintained and how the required informations are gathered within a fraction of the second by using the big data analytics methods, frameworks is discussed and done in the fifth module. So all this, whatever we discussed, we are going to apply or do that in the lab session. So from each module, two experiments will be solving one algorithm and with the real-time data. So many books are available in the lab, and also online software systems or the tutorial is also available. The textbooks are available, online courses like Coursera and all are also available. So this is from my side. Any queries, you can definitely reach out to me. The practicals, as I told, is about the 8 to 10 experiments based on the 5 modules, covering starting from the framework to understanding and to recommending the data. Thank you, madam.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Now, may I request Dr. Kavita Kelkar, madam, to give her presentation on computer simulation and modeling. Shall I be sharing my screen?
Yes, madam, please share the syllabus.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shiva.
Yeah, thank you.
Should I start?
Yeah.
So the name of the subject is computer simulation and modeling. Now, this is one subject where you get the opportunity to solve many problems which are based on your maths knowledge and previous semester statistical knowledge. So it is based on statistics. So you'll find that in the first module, you start by solving some manual simulation system. Now for simulation, you can take example of train simulation, flight simulator, which are heavily used in practical world. Similarly, there are many other simulation examples that you'll find. This subject gives a foundation for all that work. So the basis of all this work is that you have to engineer the system, simulate the system on the proper specifications, and this subject gives you the foundation for that. So in the first module, you start by solving problems which are of the category of the manual simulation, some semi-automatic simulation, which you will be solving on paper as well as on using spreadsheets and some tools. Then you get to study the algorithms which are used, like event scheduling algorithms, time advance algorithms. So those are the standard algorithms that you use initially for solving the problems of queuing type and inventory type. Then in the next module, you study about the standard queuing systems like MM1, MG1. Here also we find there are we go to towards multi systems and so for more number. So in that line, which number here the running at view random number those brand that number those and so how do you test that data? How do you check that that it is good for input model, how it is good for output analysis. So all those theoretical concepts come into the fourth module. Now, also, there are some tests that you perform on the generated data, like goodness of fit on parameter estimation and likewise. So this is a mix of having solving the problems as well as some theoretical concepts. And finally, in the last topic, you go for advanced simulation systems, where you study agent-based simulation, which is currently going on, then some dynamic simulation, and so on. For the lab purposes, you will find that initially you solve the problem using spreadsheets, then for random numbers testing, random variate generation, and likewise you have some programming tools to explore. And finally, for actual simulation of the systems, you use tools like extensim and many other simulation tools that are available, open source tools as well. So you perform the simulation of the input systems using those simulation tools. So that will be covered in your lab CA component. For the books, you'll find that first four modules come from this book called as Jerry Banks. Now, it covers most of the concepts. Some concepts we refer to online sources, as well as you will find that for the last topic, which is introduced, agent-based simulation, we have this book number 5, which is about introduction to agent-based modeling and simulation, which is the latest topic that is included.
8,000 रुपये महिना.
Yes, sir. Okay. So this is about the subject called as simulation and modeling. Here you will find a mix of solving the problems as well as some theory concepts. Typically in exams, you will find around 70% problem solving and 30% theory. So it becomes a very good scoring subject for the people. Any questions are welcome from my end also. So thank you, Shivani madam. That's it from my side.
Thank you. Thank you, madam.
Yes.
गॅंगटॉक किती आहे?
एक second. Requesting all to mute. Now I request Professor Zais sir to present with the course Cybersecurity, Forensics and Cyber Law.
Yeah, good morning, everyone.
Yeah, I'll be sharing my screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I'll open the syllabus.
Sure.
Yeah. Is it visible?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, you can start.
So, good morning, all of you. I'll be giving you a short overview of the elective course called as Cybersecurity, Forensics, and Cyber Laws. So basically, this course is more about understanding of different types of cybercrimes, the corresponding investigation techniques, and the applicable laws. So looking at the objectives, the first objective of the course, as I said, focuses on the basics of information security, different types of cybercrimes, and the defense mechanisms available to mitigate or control those cybercrimes. Number two, you try to understand the basic principles and the methodology for carrying out a forensic investigation, a digital forensic investigation. Objective number three is to analyze and interpret the forensic evidences which you have retrieved from the crime scene. So basically, the cybercrime investigators, how they investigate, what process do they follow, how do they retrieve, how do they analyze, how do they interpret. That will what we'll be learning in the third objective. Through the third objective, we can say. Fourth objective is to use different sort of tools for conduction of the investigation process. And objective number 5 is more about understanding what are legal aspects, the consequences, pros and cons associated with each of the cyber crimes that are getting reported. So moving at module number 1. So it's right, the module number 1 basically focuses on the fundamentals of information security, the different types of cyber crimes, evolutions, cyber activism, cyberbullying, etc. How the AIML is playing a role, right, in threat detection and anomaly profiling for modern day cybercrime operations, and the role of the investigating agencies such as let's say it will be the investigating agency, but a nodal agency such as CERT, for example, what role do they play in curbing the cyber crimes? At the same point of time, how do they use this available information to educate the masses about different types of cyber crimes, cyber incidents, and the prevention mechanisms? So model number one is more about the fundamentals. Moving to model number two, it talks about data privacy and data theft, very much relevant in today's world with the advent of AI, ML, and other different aspects. There are a lot of attacks across the platforms, such as keyloggers, adware, spyware, SQL injections, social engineerings, phishings, etc., etc. So this model basically talks about this different types of attacks, how data theft takes place through these different types of attacks, how your devices, how your systems do get compromised. Then there is another unit called as identity theft. It's more about how attackers use deepfakes and these AI generated videos and other aspects to take over your identity, and through that commit different types of frauds in terms of finance, in terms of medical, in terms of any form of fraud. That is not confined to this only, right? So deepfakes are playing a major role nowadays, right? Um, for conduction of different types of cyber crimes by the attackers. So the different prevention techniques to handle this thefts are such as multi-factor authentications, biometrics. What are different digital hygiene practices, right? And more importantly, we'll be covering different types of case studies over here, such as how the Aadhaar database was breached, how the Zomato hack took place. We have just listed some of them. There are many as such to understand how the identity theft takes place and what are the prevention mechanisms to ensure that we are protected. Unit number three talks about different types of laws globally as well as locally. That covers your DPDP Act, that covers your GDPR. So HIPAA is one of them. How data theft and privacy are handled across the globe, not only in India but across the globe, right? To ensure that the data is protected, the privacy aspect of the users are taken care of through appropriate legislations. Module number three deep dives into the fundamentals of forensics. Basically, any forensic investigation refers to incident and the corresponding response. So here we'll learn different A's of digital forensics. We'll try to understand what are the endpoints through which the crimes do take place. What are different channels through which the attacks are executed, and for that reason we need to understand the incident response and the methodology for its operations. Further, if you see, it talks about classification and handling of digital evidence. So we need to understand what is volatile evidence, what is non-volatile evidence. There are different phases of forensic investigations. There are different mechanisms, or you can say guidelines, standard guidelines for procuring of evidence to make sure that evidence are presentable in the court of law. That is the admissible evidence. So basically, how do we establish a chain of custody? How do we establish the evidence in a way that it should be present in the court of law, and more importantly, accept in the court of law? All those techniques and methods that we use for that gets covered over here. Most of the crimes that get reported, the information is either deleted or information is hidden. So in such case, what are the different mechanisms through which we can retrieve those deleted information? What the hidden information? What are different techniques? What are different tools available for carrying out such investigations? We may encounter some machines, some devices which may be password protected. So as an investigator, you should know how to crack the passwords also at the same point of time. Though you are trying to be ethical, but as far as the investigation is concerned, sometimes you may have to use anti-forensic techniques for carrying out the investigations. So that we'll be learning through Module 3, Unit 3.3. Model number 4 basically talks about network forensics, right? Different network-based attacks, ARP spoofing, IP spoofing, MAC spoofing. What are different types of DDoS attacks? We'll be learning over there. What is fingerprinting? What are footprints? How do we analyze network traffic? How do we analyze the logs coming out from different endpoints? Right? Email is one of the widely used mechanism for communication across the globe. So what is email-based security? What it goes into email forensics? How do we evaluate, how do we consider different aspects of email, right from headers to its body to its different functionalities to the networks, right? How do we analyze, how do we trace those email based attacks and corresponding investigation techniques that goes ahead. For doing so, we will be using different types of tools, right, for understanding of that. For that, we have model 4.3, which talks about network forensics and tools. More importantly, over here, we'll be referring to different industry standard tools such as NKS. We'll be learning about Wazoo. We will be learning about Splunk. We'll be learning about Wireshark. Then Kali as a forensic setup for different types of investigations associated with cyber crimes. Module number 5 basically covers the different aspects of laws and legislations which are present locally as well as globally. So India, we have this DPDP Act, recently passed few years ago. We have the IT Act of 2000, amendment in 2008, and subsequent amendments. There are different laws associated with data privacy. There are different laws associated with software piracy. We have something called as intellectual property, IPRs, patents, copyrights. How do we protect that as an individual, as an organization? So all those aspects are getting covered over there. And then to be more precise, if you see over here, the ICANN, these are all international aspects of laws associated with cybercrime. So that is module number 5 for you. As far as the books are concerned, so these are some of the standard books which are available, right? Apart from books, we have a lot of digital contents also which we do share in real time, so that different types of case studies which makes the user understand what are the challenges and the mechanisms and methods used by the attackers, right? Challenges faced by the investigators to investigate a crime scene and the subsequent attacks, right? So this are some of the references for this particular course. Ma'am,
Yeah. Now, would you like to take secure coding as elective 4 for semester 7?
yes, ma'am, sure. Sure.
So I'll
Yeah.
share that also.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this course is about secure coding practices. What, as a user, as a programmer, what are the different secure coding techniques, practices that one needs to follow? So for here, the objectives that we have set over here is understand the fundamental principles of secure software development by understanding its vulnerabilities, challenges present in the programming language itself. Objective 2 is identify, analyze, mitigate security flaws in codes through the application of secure coding practices. So basically over here, knowingly, unknowingly, there are a lot of flaws which are committed by the programmers, right? Which can be catastrophic if in case those are not addressed well in time. So here we try to identify, analyze such type of flaws and come up with a mitigation mechanism to ensure that this doesn't escalate further. Objective number 3 focuses on the security frameworks which are available, such as CERT is one of the frameworks. OWASP is there. There are frameworks defined and designed by NIST, which is used for secure code analysis and vulnerability assessment. And the fourth outcome over here is integrate security into the development processes for resilient application development. So what we refer to as secure SDLC, secure software development lifecycle. So we'll be learning that through module number. So this is module number 1, introduction to secure software development. As you can see over here, what is software security? What is program security? What goes into that? What are the common goals associated with CIA? How do we ensure CIA goes into my programming aspect, right? How do we distinguish between a secure and an insecure software or a tool as such, right? So for that, we deep dive into what we refer to as SDLC, Secure Software Development Lifecycle, right? Different phases of that. So we refer to this as something called as privacy by design itself, right? So and rather than applying the security at the end, what do? We try to integrate the security elements into each and every phase of my secure software development lifecycle itself, right from information gathering to understanding of the code, design, testing. So we apply the security aspects wherever need arises in the each and every phase itself, so that we don't have to wait till the end for identifying the different flaws which may be present across a given programming language or the programming application that we are coming up with. So for that, there are different frameworks. We have SAM, we have OWASP, we have BSIMM, right? We try to understand what are the roles of the programmers, what are do's and don'ts, what are the secure code review techniques, right? How to understand, analyze a piece of code, how to go through each line of code and understand the security implications the piece of code may be having. So that we all will be learning in this particular module. Module number 2 talks about software vulnerabilities and challenges. Very important aspect wherein we come up with the applications, but the applications lack a lot of input validation issues, a lot of data sanitization issues, because of which there is leakage of information through multiple channels, through multiple means. So in such case, what are the techniques for input validation and data sanitization? What are the approaches to whitelist and blacklist such type of leaks? What are the common mistakes that users commit knowingly or unknowingly for any programming language or any piece of code that they are executing? So again, a lot of vulnerabilities present across operating system, a lot of vulnerabilities present across memory management. All those aspects we learn in module number unit 2.2. 2.3 talks about different types of injection-based attacks. Again, my web applications or different types of applications are vulnerable to SQL injection, cross-site scripting, cross-site request forgery, URL manipulations, broken authentications, and many such type of attacks. So in order to avoid, there can be issue of directory traversal. There can be issue wherein I may, as a programmer, I may expose the paths of my databases or other important sensitive storages. If that happens, then what are the consequences of that? What impacts that, and how the attackers use all those loopholes in the programming language, in the application, to challenge and carry out different types of injection-based attacks. Module 2.4 talks about different authentication, authorization, and session management flaws. Again, very important, because ultimately we have this bots, we have different challenges in the because of the advent of AI ML, as I've been saying earlier also, and because of which how the attackers try to overpass or bypass the existing defense mechanisms and take over the controls. So we'll be learning different techniques to prevent such type of attacks also in this unit. Module number 3 talks about secure coding practices, the basic fundamentals of secure programming over here, the principle of least privilege, the concept of fail-safe states, how the mediation part comes into picture, how do we control and mitigate such type of attacks, we cover in this particular module, right? Module 3.2 talks about defensive programming, right? So in defensive programming, again, there are a lot of checks in place, input validations, sanity checks. There are different audit techniques which one needs to undergo, so that the product that comes out of the outcome, right, is a safe program, right? So for that, there are different tools, there are different techniques available for carrying out this particular validation things. Further, we use a lot of third-party applications, APIs, which we integrate in our applications. Most of this we do not check for the secure aspects of these links or the APIs, and that's what we learn in module number unit 3.3. Right, secure use of APIs, the different libraries. What are different risks associated with third-party and open source libraries? How do we handle the misuse of such type of dependencies and uh, challenges that they bring along with that? So safe handling of all those aspects we'll be learning in unit 3.3. Module number 4, security tools and code analysis. There is something called as SAST and DAST. We'll be learning that over here. Static and dynamic application testing of the codes. Understanding how the flaws can be identified. There are different tools over here such as SonarQube, Flaw Finder, Fortify, check marks, and so on and so forth. Right. So all these tools are basically used for static code analysis. Similarly, for dynamic code analysis, we have the peach fuzzers, AFLs, live fuzzers. There are most of the fuzzing tools which we use during runtime, during carrying out a fuzzing test on the workflows, and ensure that during runtime and other aspects, the codes are sanitized, are not prone to any such type of vulnerabilities in due. Moving ahead, module number 5 talks about the secure software design principles. again, as a programmer, I need to ensure that the core principles of secure coding, right? Defense in depth, least privilege, access control mechanisms, in simple words, right? What are fail safe defaults? How do we restore to safe fail safe defaults so that our data is not lost, right? How do we ensure that the security of the given application, the databases, and the allied components that covers the networks, that covers the databases, the operating systems, all those things are taken care of in my software design itself, right? So we'll be going at length in what we refer to as these frameworks that are useful. Microsoft has its own secure software development lifecycle called as Microsoft SDL. OS SAM is there. BMM is there. There are a lot of frameworks which have been defined by NIST. So we'll be trying to understand all those frameworks and preferably try to use those frameworks, integrate those frameworks in our secure coding practices so that we are safeguarded and our applications is a product of all safeguarded protection mechanisms. So there are different compliances as far as ISO standards are concerned, NIST is concerned, GDPR, HIPAA, and they come up with a lot of legal frameworks also for handling and management of secure code aspects. So these are some of the standard reference books which are available in the library also, which you can refer to. Um, so it's one of the foundational course we can say of security, though it is coming late in the curriculum, but in the revised curriculum we have tried to ensure that this course is introduced a bit early in the curriculum so that you use these coding principles, review techniques in your day-to-day programming. So some of the frameworks you can see for your MITRE framework is there, and NIST software assurance resources can be seen over here. So these are the some help files which may help you to inculcate the secure coding practices in your day-to-day programming. So as far as labs are concerned, we try to experiment lot of case studies from different application perspective, from database perspective, from memory management perspective, from output network management perspective, to demonstrate and understand different security challenges which a programming language and a programmer has to undergo to prevent different types of attacks on the application. So that's all from my side. In case you have any form of queries or any difficulties in understanding the curriculum at length, you can always reach out to me for any of these courses. I'll be happy to help. Yeah. Thank you from my side.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you. So now may I request Dr. Anushri Deshmukh madam to talk about reinforcement learning. Shall I share the syllabus from here?
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yeah. Shall I share
Yeah,
syllabus?
please share the syllabus.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So students, basically reinforcement learning is one of the most rapidly growing fields in artificial intelligence. It focuses on how machine learning or how machine basically learns to make decision by interacting with an environment and improving through rewards and penalties. This makes it different from the traditional learning methods. And one of the reasons to choose this subject is because of its high demand in the industry. Reinforcement learning is widely used in modern technologies such as self-driving cars, robotics, gamings, and even financial systems. Learning these subjects open up many future career opportunities in AI and data sciences. Another important advantage is that it develops strong problem solving and analytical skills. Students learn how to make decisions in certain situations and optimize outcomes, which is usually not only in technology but also in real life. Now talking about the course, now talking about the prerequisite of this course, you should be knowing mathematics and statistics, machine learning fundamentals, and problem solving skills. Objectives of this course will be comprehension of fundamentals of reinforcement learning, then application based on reinforcement learning methods, analysis using temporal differences and deep learning methods, and evaluation of various methods based on reinforcement learning itself. Then course outcomes comes with interpret fundamentals of reinforcement learning methods, apply various dynamics programming principles and Monte Carlo methods, apply different temporal differences and learning policies, usage of n-step bootstrapping, and understanding the future of reinforcement learning. So in the first model is completely based on the introduction of reinforcement learning, which includes the basics of reinforcement learning and Markov decision processes, followed by Bellman equations for Markov decision purposes. In module number 2, which includes dynamic programming and Monte Carlo methods, it have different iterative policies evaluation, then followed by asynchronous dynamic programming, and finally it has classical Monte Carlo predictions and control methods. In module number 3, you will be learning temporal differences learnings and details about how temporal difference learning helps you in predicting different models, followed by module number 4, which has n-step bootstrapping, which again include different n-step prediction methods and different policies which helps in predicting the n-step bootstrapping algorithms, models and planning for integrated planning, acting and learning. In chapter number 5, you have deep Q learning and reinforcement learning life cycles. In it, you will be learning deep Q learning, reinforcement learning, project life cycle, and the future of reinforcement learning. This is all about the syllabus of reinforcement learning as your elective 3. You have these are the list of standard books which are available in our library too. And talking about the practical of this subject, so practical will be consisting of 8 to 10 experiments, which is based on the syllabus, whatever we have discussed now. Uh, so that's it from my side. If you have any queries, you can reach out me anytime. Thank you, Shivani ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, madam. Thank you. So now may I request Professor Swati Mari, madam, to talk about Edge AI as elective 3 for semester 7. Hello.
Shivani ma'am,
Huh?
I will be delivering on the edge AI.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
So you will be sharing your screen, or shall I share from your?
My screen is visible. I shared my
No, I
screen.
will have to stop. I will have
Yeah.
to stop.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay. So this is the Age AI course. The and this is the already scheme has been discussed by Archana ma'am. So okay. So prerequisites, you should know a little about linear algebra, calculus, probability, machine learning, because when I'm saying AI, Age AI, so which requires the fundamentals which is coming from machine learning, deep learning, and AI. So these all concepts are required for that. So these are the course objectives and these are the course outcomes, where the first outcome is also talks about the analyzing architecture and constraints of Age AI systems. When I'm saying Age AI, it's to we know that we are running AI applications, deep learning models, AI models, LLM models, and NLP models are on the systems. But that's not the case. We sometimes we require to run out of the computer systems also, not only general purpose computer systems or the GPU based systems. So we require to learn it on low hardware also, and then the Edge AI is coming into the picture. Or maybe we want to connect with the cloud related stuff also. Like in a cloud computing, Manish Pote sir has already talked about how the edge computing is there. So the things are coming from that perspective also. So we are going to develop and optimize the machine learning models. Whatever the models you have studied, how we can optimize them, how we can develop more better way, and we can deploy on embedded systems. And then tiny ml, whatever the models you have studied, so we require to create a small models which we can deploy on microcontrollers using maybe TensorFlow Lite for microcontroller which is available, and design implementing an end-to-end edge AI solutions for real world applications. If you really want to implement those AI applications in the field of agriculture or healthcare, your regular model general purpose systems are not going to work on. You need to optimize those machine learning models, and you need to deploy it on the embedded systems or maybe IoT based systems. Then comes in age AI related models come to the picture. So in the first model, we will be understanding what is a cloud AI and what is the edge AI, how it is different, introducing edge computers, and we understand what is the need of it. Then gradually we understand the embedded systems fundamentals, and then how the power consumption sensors are there. Model 2 talks about the how ML for embedded systems. So how we can make it very lightweight, so that it can be utilized on the which utilizes the less power consumptions and can be deployed on a low resources available systems. The second model, so ML. Third model talks about how we can deploy this AI model on edge devices. So the we will try to understand different model deployment pipeline is, how the firmware developments for with respect to ML inferences, how memory management strategies are there. Somewhere we require concepts from the COA course, what you studied in the last, but what is only for fundamental course concepts are required. Then we understand real-time inferences of microcontroller, how we can optimize for latency request and response time, how we can reduce, and how we can reduce the power consumptions. Because when the device is very, very small, we require to have a less battery power also, and sometimes we cannot have direct current available with that. So the fourth model talks about the how what are different edge AI application, how we can optimize that. So and the fifth model about the what advanced edge AI. So how it can be integrated into IoT or industrial IoT ecosystems also. With different use cases are there, like the wildlife monitoring, where also require low resources power, small devices are required, which have the facility of the AI to be utilized. Then, of course, the food quality assurance, there also require the age and the consumer products. Uh, so these are the possible experiments in the list are there. So the first of all, how we can set up the environmental and sensor data acquisition on the microcontroller ARM processors are there. Then we can understand how different comparative analysis of signal processing and feature extraction for each AI datasets, and then optimization, compression of the resources, implementing it, and then gradually in the last experiment, we are trying to deploy on a hybrid edge cloud architecture for smart agriculture, wildlife monitoring, and all. So these are the use cases of the course, and this is the core book which is recommended. Thank you, everyone. If you have doubts, then you can reach out to me anytime. Over to Shivani, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you. So may I request now Abhijit Pasi, sir, to talk about blockchain technology, elective 4 for semester 7. Hello. I think is not available. So now may I request Dr. Jyoti Jogrekar, madam, to give brief
I think
idea about...
Abhijit is there, but we are not able to hear him. Abhijit?
Hello.
Okay.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Oh,
Yes,
yes,
yes.
yes,
Please go
yes,
ahead. Go
yes,
ahead.
yes, yes, yes.
Can I share my screen?
Okay, okay. You share. I will
Yeah.
stop.
Is my screen visible, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Oh.
Yes, sir. Yes.
You need to present in,
Yeah,
put it
yes,
in
sir.
presentation
Yes,
mode.
sir.
It
Yes,
is
sir.
Slides.
Yes.
visible.
Yeah. So thank you and sorry, I was having a sip of water. Yeah. So now I'm going to discuss about the blockchain technology. This is the LY subject. It's a elective 4. So along with me, let's see the prerequisite. So when I say prerequisite, you need to have the basic networking concept that you learn in fifth semester, object oriented programming skill that you it's a part of our curriculum, and cryptography followed by the network security concepts that we have seen. The course objective is to understand the blockchain technology so that now the system or the industry is moving on to the web 3.0 and 5.0. So there onwards everything comes under a blockchain technology. So we will see like how the blockchain is being adopted by the various companies, be it the private companies or the public domain, how it has been working around. The course outcomes are distributed across the six chapters are describe the basic concept of blockchain and distributed ledger technology, how to apply the cryptographic hash for the blockchain, which is the core of the blockchain. Categorize and discuss the different consensus in blockchain. So there are various consensus that we will see in the chapter 3. Infer the components of the Ethereum ecosystem when it comes to NFT, when it comes to DeFi, that is distributed finance, distributed apps. Mostly things comes into the Ethereum ecosystem. So how you can go about the different components of the Ethereum, and then how you can use the private blockchain platform. So that will come across chapter number 5 and 6. So when it comes to chapter number 1, number 1 is all about introduction in the blockchain scenario. So you will be in a position to understand the blockchain, the structure of the block, how the blocks have been created, the pillars, how the blocks are linked to each other. So all those things come into chapter number 3, chapter number 1 rather. Chapter number two about talks about the Bitcoin network. So basically there are different types of blockchain network. Bitcoin is there, Ethereum is there. So primarily we'll go with the first blockchain network, that is Bitcoin, which has been given by pseudo anonymous person. Then we'll learn about the transaction, how the transactions are going around, how the mining works across, what are the different wallet types of wallets, cryptographic preventives. So all those things we will be learning in module number 2. In module number 3, basically we'll talk about the how the decentralized network works when it comes to the agreement, because blockchain always works up since it's a distributed network, and there has to be consensus has to be reached to perform any task. So in this module we will learn across various consensus mechanism or consensus algorithm, like proof of work is there, proof of stake is there, proof of burn is there, proof of elapsed time is there, and all of the things, how the person gets rewarded, how this consensus are matched. If the consensus doesn't match, how the transaction status will pan across. So that will be taken care or learned in the module number 3. When it comes to model number 4, we will see the different types of public network. So basically the blockchain has the two types of network, that is the public network, that is Ethereum, and the private network, that any organization they can have our private network, and then with the help of public network, how things will match, how this virtual machine has been considered, how this entire thing can work into NFT work or in a web 3.0 JS. We will be performing some practicals with the help of Remix IDE, Truffle framework. Those things will be learned in the module number 4. When it comes to module number 5, we will be learning the private blockchain, where we'll learn the permission blockchains and their enterprises consensus mechanism. So RAFT, PBFT, Byzantine fault tolerance, all those things are coming across. And in last module, we will be learning the real world blockchain use cases where people like us can use the blockchain. It is said to be the blockchain is said to be a very disruptive as well as very what do you say, secure technology. How gradually the industries are actually moving across the blockchain. If I'm not wrong, UPI, NPCI, National Payment Corporation of India, is also taking our Bhim app and UPI app towards the blockchain domain. So that's how the industry has started adopting blockchain. So it's a good course that you can look after. We have sufficient numbers of books, that is Mastering the Bitcoin, which is one thing. One then there is a blockchain, hands-on on blockchain and hyperledger, building decentralized application is one good book that we can always look for. Talking about the practicals, the lab experiment will be span across the cryptographic preventives and fundamental analysis, blockchain data exploration analysis, smart contract development, This is a particular job role that you can look for: concern mechanisms and simulation, followed by private and enterprise blockchain implementation. There will be some case studies that you can understood. So few months back, few years back, like 2 3 years back, there was an attack on the WazirX. They had a problem with the smart contract development. So why such errors actually occur, and then they actually raised around 2000 crore rupees was stolen by the attackers. So such case studies you will be coming across, or you will be learning across. There could be a mini project. So this is the examination scheme that you will be having usual 3 hours theory and 2 hours practical. The normal IA will be of 20 marks, 30 marks of ISC, 50 marks of ESC examination for that comprises 100 marks, and then you'll be having a practical of 50 marks, that is lab, a tutorial, continuous a CA basically. When it comes to the what are the different roles that you can come across? So you'll be working as a software smart contract developer, blockchain protocol engineer, backend developer, full stack developers. You can also go as a smart contract auditors. When it comes to architecture, you can also look as you can take up a role as a blockchain architect or a solution architect. When it comes to a specialized role, you can go with a decentralized finance developer for the banks or any financial organization. You can always look for the tokenomics designers, and then you can always go ahead with the blockchain project manager or on-chain data analysis. That is, these are some job roles that you can look for. When it comes to the evaluation method, we have discussed this. There will be two IAs for 20 marks each, or 10 marks each rather, and then 30 marks of ISC examination. ESC will be of 50 marks. We may have the Viva votes on the syllabus. When it comes to the application of the blockchain, you can see there are cryptocurrencies are available, digital identities. You can have the NFTs, secure identification. You can look for the DeFi's. You can supply chain, primarily blockchain is a part of supply chain, just to make sure there aren't any changes have been catered. Smart contract, that is authorized agreement. You can look for the healthcare medical records, and then the intellectual properties, that is rights and royalties. So we hope that you can look after take care of these subjects, and then come in huge numbers. So for any queries regarding this subject, you know, always reach to me. I believe the Professor Zaid sir is also have conducted a blockchain technology last time. So as HOD sir will also be can also assist you in better way. So we all three are there to assist you. There are other faculty, they can also contribute. So I wish you all the best. That's it from my side, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Abhijit sir. Now, may I request Dr. Jyoti Jogrekar madam to give presentation about
Yes, I'm
computer
here. I
vision?
think my voice is audible.
Yes, ma'am. So you
Okay.
will be presenting, or shall I
Yes,
say?
I will be sharing because I
Yeah.
can move my cursor then nicely.
Yes.
And it's good afternoon, students.
Abhijit
Let
sir,
me
you can
share my
stop.
screen so that you can stop sharing your screen.
Abhijit sir, you can stop sharing.
Yes, ma'am, I have stopped sharing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
So hopefully this is visible to everyone.
Yes, ma'am. Please.
And I'm audible. Good
Yes.
afternoon, students. Bear with me. This is your lunchtime, but okay, let's go for exploring the computer vision syllabus and what is its importance in today's era where we say AI. Okay, artificial intelligence applications are predominantly coming up everywhere. So the thing is, Bharti madam has explained you big data analytics, and she said that how it is important to look after the unstructured data. You are one of the subject which is a compulsory subject, digital signal and image processing, which is put over there as a compulsory subject because computer vision is the next subject where you are actually doing a lot of processing And in digital signal and image processing, you are studying very fundamental pre-processing techniques to make your image available or make it suitable for a specific application. Then comes computer vision, then comes pattern recognition, in between comes image analysis and interpretation. The hierarchy is there, and very much everywhere computer vision field is of importance. People are less, opportunities are in large amount in industry. So why it is important, I will focus on it first and then we'll see the syllabus. The computer vision is the area where you are managing and processing the data, which is unstructured data, as Bharti madam told. So far, you have developed your applications with structured data. And when you manage with unstructured data, like not only in terms of volume, as you say, in big data, we look after different ways, volume, variety, and other things like velocity. A lot of data is pouring. Yes, velocity is there. A lot of data is available everywhere. Volume is there. But there is variety of data. The data is available in terms of one-dimensional signal, two-dimensional images, three-dimensional videos. And this data has a lot of information and it cannot be directly used by the programmer as it is. You have to extract features, you have to extract information from that, and then you need to augment your structured data with this unstructured data, extracted features from unstructured data to make knowledge base. So database moves to knowledge base and then it becomes rich. And as you know, if your data and information is rich and the input is rich for your AI models, whatever it is for, maybe for healthcare purpose, for age AI, for whatever reason you are using it for agri-tech purpose, it is very much important that you have to extract the features. And here, this is in computer vision, you know how to extract the features. Because I always tell that models are available, libraries are available, but they are available with version 0. And this version 0, when you are just pushing your data as it is, are not giving you good accuracy. And that's the reason you need to develop your models, even if it is NLP, LLM, and any other models like CNN models, which are taking images, videos, etc. Okay, so let's see this computer vision syllabus, what we are going to study and how interesting it is to extract the feature and make my database as a knowledge base, which is rich. Okay, so the course objectives you can see over here, it is introducing computer vision challenges and different application. Then it provides different knowledge about various segmentation techniques for feature detection and tracking algorithm. We also study 3D modeling and stereo image geometry over here. You also study about motion detection and tracking, and you develop these skills in MATLAB as well as in Python. In both the languages, one is licensed and the other is open source, are rich with libraries, and you can use those libraries. You can write your own functions even. Okay, so let's go for the first module, that is introduction to computer vision, where we are exactly knowing what are the challenges of computer vision, why it is necessary to extract the features, and how it is uh, difficult, and how the methodologies are studied before extracting the features to make your data as a enriched data to knowledge base. Okay, so you study and different techniques for that. So you study geometry and photometry of the images, how the image is captured, what exactly the image structure is, and how every pixel, how it is located, what it shows in frequency domain, what it shows in spatial domain as you are studying in digital signal image processing, and how the features in different domains can be extracted and how this can be used. So you study binary machine vision, you study connected component leveling, you extract a specific region of an object if object detection is your goal, and then you extract the properties of that object as a region which you are locating. that is module 2, segmentation and feature extraction. Module 3, where you are actually working with different feature detection techniques, and there are various techniques including texture features and advanced technique like scale invariant feature transform, speeded up robust feature, histogram of gradient, etc. Okay, so why these are important? As I said, you have to enrich your data. You cannot directly work on unstructured data. If you will push that unstructured data to one of the model available, as the version 0 executable is available to you, you have hardly any control to change anything. And so it is necessary to develop your own neural network and machine learning simple models rather than going for CNN models to get the required accuracy. And that is possible when you enrich your knowledge base through all these feature extraction techniques. Then there will be other models like active contours extraction of features based on age and mean shift and mode finding, etc. Then you study multi-view geometry, because when you see the image, the third dimension is lost, and which is the depth dimension, and you don't understand where exactly the point is located. There are multiple applications where you need a 3D model of a structure, and with that, even if you have to create your heat map for a 3D model structure of some geospatial area, or if you are working on geospatial technologies, as Archana madam explained, how it is important to find out the area, its spread, and its location, and even a 3D of that where the third dimension is missing with the image available with Google Maps, etc., and with multimodal data. So you study how multi-view geometry, and yes, once studied, they are the fixed models, simple models like epipolar geometry you are studying, how the images can be matched by different methods, and how the third dimension, which is missing, can be extracted, and you can develop a 3D model, which is useful for many applications. This is your fourth module with multi-view geometry, and even there are various other ways to extract the feature other than epipolar geometry that you can do with shape from the X study, that is finding depth from shape and finding depth from motion, etc. That is just an introduction part. We predominantly study stereo imaging with epipolar geometry, which is a fixed geometry, a model, mathematical model available. Object recognition and understanding is the fifth one, where you study exactly what are the different application. As I said, various application where object detection is required. If you have to locate a car, if you have to locate a geospatial area, to take some decision, to provide a decision support system in agri-tech, or provide a kind of detection in healthcare system. Okay, so object recognition and understanding is nothing but where we are going to see different use cases like object detection with respect to agri-tech, health-tech, face recognition, and then other use cases we are going to study in 5.1. Context and scene understanding is another thing, how contextual analysis is important for detecting the objects, its motion, etc. Introductory part will be there in 5.2. A syllabus is good enough for give you what is required to create a great knowledge base, which is a rich knowledge base. So this is what we have, a good enriched laboratory. You may not find this in the syllabus shared with you, this lab experiments, but it is very much there. As last time this was not offered, I will just show you the practical list quickly, and you're going to study good laboratories and actually performing small experiments. As you are already studying DSIP, these experiments will go very easy for you. And these are the 10 experiments you study for extracting different features to make your database as enriched database. Okay, so this is a very nice subject if you really want to do something of your original in artificial intelligence and big data analytics. Thanks from my side. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Now, may I request Professor Swapnil Pawar sir to orient
Yes.
students about advanced web technology?
Yes. I'll share you my screen.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes, screen is visible, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, visible.
Okay. Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Today I'm here to give you the idea about what exactly the course and what are the contents we are going to cover as a part of advanced web technology. So this course talks about C Sharp and the ASP.NET development. So where we are going to understand about the .NET technology and the frameworks and the fundamentals, where we can build and distribute the enterprise application, which are used into the variety of areas like we have web application or we have some desktop application or some TVOS based applications. These are the course outcomes. As we know that this is what the scheme which is to be the fixed one for the all your course bucket into the elective one. For this course, it was to be proposed that we have a IEC, that is in-semester examination, and the end-semester examination will be of on-screen mode based on the provided guidelines in due course of time before your examination. So outcomes are where we are going to understand about the .NET frameworks and the fundamentals, where where user can understand about what exactly uh, how enterprise application can be built on the top of your .NET terminology. Along with that, we have the advanced things associated with the application development, where we explore the ADO.NET and the link concept along with ASP.NET. Also, we are going to develop web application using the combination of client side as well. You can see the server side technology as well, that is JavaScript, HTML, and the ASP.NET and the ADO.NET. The last CO that which talks about as part of web services. So the .NET and the C Sharp is very much used into the creation of the web services. So we are going to understand about how these services can be created and how remote applications, that is your .NET based application, can be worked on. These are what of modules, the flow we have. So we'll start with respect to understanding about the .NET technology. And we found out some of the revisions we needed to understand about these syntax aligned with the C Sharp one, so that we need a C Sharp as a language to work on ASP.NET based one. So we are going to understand about the various controls into the ASP.NETs. Also, we understand about the what is the purpose of the ADO, that is the adaptive data object .NET and the XML. So we can deal with respect to database part and adding the data into the what your application. And lastly, we are going to understand about the web services, how web services can be created and how we can see the development and the deployment of your web uh, web applications with the help of this .NET based platform. So what are the applications we do have for this desktop? As I said, as mentioned, game development, we do have a web application interface. We create a various web services which can be integrated with the other cross technologies as well. And these are what the future scope or the application for uh, this course. With this, we can develop a desktop or web application. We can have the cloud-based APIs, that is the services. We can have the mobile or gaming or IoT-based applications by using this platform. Uh, yeah, Shruti ma'am, sorry, Shivani ma'am. Yeah,
Yes.
can I
Yes.
start with the DevOps as well, so that the next?
Okay. You will be
Yeah,
giving, no? Okay,
yes,
fine.
yes, yeah.
Yes. Thank you,
Now,
sir.
so previously we have gone through understanding about how .NET technology is used for the development. Now we are going to have the another course in the same bucket, that is the DevOps, stands for the development operation. And here we are going to understand about the various cycles where we figure it out during the development of and the operations of your applications one.
So till the third year, you have gone through understanding about how applications can be developed, either it is mobile or the web. But now it's a time to deploy and maintain the applications, and we do monitor. So this phase, along with the detailed topics, are covered into the DevOps one. So these are what course outcomes, where we have DevOps complete life cycle, understanding about what is the role of user, what exactly softwares, why there is a need of the DevOps into the software application development after the role of what your agile framework development we do have for the SDLC. Along with that, we are going to explore the various tools as a part of the various cycles of the DevOps. Firstly, we are going to understand about the Git version control.
Excuse me, sir. Sir,
Yeah.
are you sharing your DevOps syllabus? Because
Yes,
on
yes.
screen I can see
Okay,
advanced.
just
Huh.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'll share with the entire screen. Just a minute. Yeah, I think it is visible now.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Full screen. Thank you.
Yeah, yes. So, as I said, a few of the outcomes where we are going to understand the life cycles. We are going to explore about the Git version control, what exactly roles to be played by the various tools which fall under into the DevOps one. We are going to understand about how automation can be created with the help of various tools to be get integrated into DevOps cycle, where we do have various branches implementing the managing Git workflow, and that is to be set up with the your SDLC. Similarly, we are going to explore about CI/CD, that is continuous implementation and the continuous deployment pipeline using the Jenkins. And there are other tools which we have, but the Jenkins we go with respect to as an open source one. We'll do explore the Docker and the Kubernetes for the deployment of your application. That is currently you observe that how Netflix and the other online e-commerce based applications are being get monitor, deploy, and taking care of the scaling, automation. All this basic fundamental things we are going to explore into the uh, containerization with the Docker and the deploying with the Kubernetes one. Along with, we are going to understand how infrastructure, that is once the application goes live, what are the tools being get utilized so that these tools can be applied into your development cycle. And we do take care about our applications one, that is the Terraform. We do have applications like Navi OS or Grafana that we are going to integrate, and we are going to see real-time results. So I'll just share in PDF so that you'll come to know about. Is that screen visible now?
Yes, it is DevOps.pdf. It is
Yeah,
yet to
roadmap.
come. It is yet to come.
Yeah, now it is.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah. So this is
Yes.
what the fundamental thing that we have already gone through, let's say JavaScript, Node, or the Python, basic programming. Along with, we do have understanding about the basic operating systems. Now we are going to understand what exactly the performance monitoring, network tools, version control tools, Git, GitHub, GitLabs. These are big get used one. Along with do have a container. So this roadmap is to be very much similar to the whatever the course content that you can find out into the syllabus one. So Docker we are going to explain. We as sir said that cloud in during what we do have a load balancer. So this load balancer along with we are going to understand about what is the role of SSL TLS certificate, how we can enable the HTTP, and how efficiently we can make use of your OSI model, and few of the maybe practical based stuff that we are going to cover with respect to cloud based one, that is with the use of Azure and the AWS one. And we do have a configuration management, that is Ansible. We are going to understand about the GitLab Jenkins for the CI/CD tool. and the provisioning that is associated with the Terraforms. As infrastructure management, we are going to understand about the Prometheus Grafana. So these are what a few, what do you say, the terminologies that's side by side we are going to explore as a part of your curriculum one. And these are what are various tools as a journey during the semester we are going to explore. And align with this sim, the practical experiments and everything is to be planned. Yeah. So overall subject is to be interesting. And if you have any doubt for the advanced web technology as well as a DevOps one, kindly connect with me for the query. Yeah. Over to you, Shivani.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Students, we have one more last course as elective 4 for semester 7. May I request Dr. Grishma Sharma, madam, to orient students about natural language processing?
Okay, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, yes. Would you like to share?
Yes, I am sharing my screen.
Yeah, thank you.
My screen is visible?
Yes, yes, madam.
Yeah. Hello,
Yes.
good afternoon, everybody. Myself, Grishma Sharma, Dr. Grishma Sharma. I'll give you the brief overview about the natural language processing subject for the 7th semester elective. So as this scheme is already explained by Dr. Archana Gupta ma'am, so I'm just going through the objectives. So basically, natural language processing is nothing but about studying the fundamentals of all text processing applications. So starting from all fundamentals part, so in NLP, basically we used to cover the fundamental stages like starting from the morphological analysis, then word level analysis, then sentence level analysis, and understanding the semantics, understanding the meanings, and understanding the pragmatic and the discourse. So based on this, we have a course objectives, foundation of the natural language processing, understanding of the syntax and parsing techniques, how to extract the text, what are the different parsing techniques are there, how to represent the word in the vector representation, what are the different word embedding techniques. So if you represent the word in the different vector representation, how to extract the semantic meaning from that particular sentence and the paragraph or any text. And afterward, to understand the neural language models and the deep learning techniques, means what are the models are available, so which can be applied to understand the meaning of the sentences, dive into the modern transformer based models. So over here, in the entire syllabus, we will be learning what are the different methods, including the neural network. And this is the foundation fundamental part of the NLP. So we will be studying the statistical method, starting from the statistical probabilistic method, going to the this language models, and the recent one, that is a transformer based models. So based on the modules, we have a course outcomes. So understand the core concept, language modeling. So I'll basically now going through the details of the syllabus. So based on the syllabus only, we have a course outcomes. So here total we have 5 modules. So module number 1 basically talks about the word level analysis. So in the word level analysis, we have to see, miss, in the broad overview of NLP, what are the different applications, why NLP is difficult, what are the different ambiguities are there, ambiguities in terms of sarcasm, ambiguities in terms of the multiple meanings from the single word. So that we are going to study. After that, in 1.2, we have a different pre-processing stages. Pre-processing stages is nothing but analyze your text into the different labels. Afterward, to find out the grammatical structure. So for the grammatical structure, we have a various different algorithms we need to apply. So that problem is nothing but called as a part of speech tagging. So that is a tagging problem. So for that tagging problem, we have a HMM as one of the algorithm that we will be learning. In that module number 2 come to the syntax analysis and the language modeling. So after the word level modeling, so we need to predict and we need to see what are the different spell correction methods are there, what are the main foundation of the language models are there. So in the language models, we have a n-gram language model, How to evaluate the performance of any n-gram language model? That term is nothing but the perplexity. What are the different smoothing techniques are there? And once you have applied the language model, the role of syntax analysis will come. So syntax analysis will identify whether this particular sentence, whatever the language model is given to you, so whether it is a grammatically correct or not. So according to the language that you are using, whatever the language that you are working, so according to the grammatical rules of that particular language, is this particular sentence is correct or not? So for that, we have a different methods, we have a different algorithm, so that we are going to cover in module number 2.2. After that, we have a various dependency grammar. So in the language, we have a various rules. So whether this particular fragment is depending upon the, like noun is depending upon the verb is depending upon the adjective. So what is the dependency relationship is there to identify the meaning or the context of the entire sentence. So we have a dependency grammar, transition based parsing methods, and their various application in the NLP. So that we are going to study in module number 2.3. Next comes to, once we have done the syntax analysis, so over here in the module number 2, we will be looking basically at the relationship between the words and whether it is grammatically correct or not. So once we have a grammatically correct sentences, then we will go for the distributional semantics and the word representation. So over here, the main important thing is nothing but how to represent your entire grammatically correct sentence into the different word representations. So starting from the one-hot encoding TF-IDF. So one-hot encoding TF-IDF, that is a term frequency, inverse document frequency, are nothing but the statistical methods. These techniques won't give you the context of the word, one word with another word. So to find out the context of one word with another word, we have a distributional semantics. So in the distributional semantics, we have a various neural network language models, like we have a CBAO, we have a skipgram models. And what are the different relationship between in the words we have in the semantics? Means what are the roles of one word is, one particular word is there with another word. So those particular roles, distributional semantics, vector analysis, so that we are going to cover in the module number 3. Then comes what are the different methodology nowadays are being used for the various NLP applications like neural language models. So starting from the RNN and LSTM, that is a recurrent neural networks, LSTM, that is a long short-term memory. After LSTM and RNN, we have a sequence-to-sequence model that is being used for the various applications, and how to capture the attention in sequence-to-sequence model. So these things are very much important to understand further advanced model in the NLP and the LLMs we have. So that is about the module number 4. Then we have a module number 5, introduction to the transformer model. So as we know, nowadays, whatever the applications of agentic AI, large language models that nowadays is being used for various text applications. So the fundamental model is nothing but your transformer model. So in the transformer model, means what is the motivation for going to the transformer model, means what are the limitations are there in the RNN and LSTM, what is the concept of self-attention, multi-head attention is to be covered in the transformer model. So basically over here, this particular architecture is nothing but the dense architecture, consists of both encoder and decoder. So all encoder decoder methodology along with the greedy decoding and the beam search method, means how transformer is emitting the each and every word at the output, means what are the different probabilistic way of searching methods are there. So that as this is a beam search, so that we are going to study in the module number 5. And the various application like language translation, summarization application using basic encoder decoder model. So over here, we are going to cover the fundamental block diagram of the nothing but any LLM, that is nothing but a transformer model, and how transformer model basically works. So in the labs, in the CA, in the IA, we are going to cover the different type of transformer models. So like BERT are there, BART are there, T5 models are there. We are not going to touch the advanced LLM models because that is not the scope of this particular syllabus. So whatever the basic transformer models are available, so on that we will be doing the various applications in your IAs and in your lab sessions. So this is about the 5 modules of your NLP. And coming to the books, so book number 1, that is a Zuraski from Stanford. He's a Stanford professor. So this is a very renowned book. So we have a 3rd edition, recent edition in 2024. So both hard copies, soft copies are available. Enough copies are available in our library also. Apart from this, we have a various other books also. So Christopher Manning also this is a very good book. That is book number 3. Apart from that, we have a various web links from where we can learn these topics. And these are the proposed list of application. These are the proposed ones. So like we can change the list according to the different models also we can come across. So starting from the basic document similarity, pre-processing, analyzing the grammatical structures, predict the next word, finding out the similarity, extract the name entities, classify movies, summarize the long documents, translate sentence from English to another. This is the so multilingual applications nowadays are being going on to the various chatbots and the different multilingual dialog boxes. So similarly, we have a builder, simple QA systems, classify the queries, detect if two questions are semantically similar or not, multi-class text classification, and the translation and the semantic understanding of the given text and this thing. So these are the proposed list of experiment. Apart from that, these are the various in general applications of NLP as we know. So NLP is nothing but about the text processing. So wherever the text comes, so we have accordingly we have the various applications like chatbots, we have email filtering, language translation, sentiment analysis, summarization, smart assistants, and the automated essay scoring systems are there. So these are the various and the few applications of NLP are there, so that we can be applying in the IA tools and in the labs also. So thank you from my side. If you have any doubt and queries, you can definitely reach out to me. Thank you. Thank you, Shivani ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, madam. May I request now Dr. Deepak Sharma sir to take over?
Okay, thank you. So I thank all the teachers who have taken out time on a Sunday and reaching and coming out and sharing all the details of the courses. And thanks to the students also for joining in large numbers and attending the session. Now I open the floor for any questions. People can raise their hand. We can take these questions one by one. Okay, there's a question saying from Aryan saying that on what basis will the divisions be split? As you have been seeing in semester 5 and 6, based on the electives, the divisions will be split. So depending upon the number of choices, as I said, for offering an elective course, we want minimum at least one batch, meaning 15 to 20 students to opt for an elective. And maximum, I think maximum we don't allow, or rather we don't restrict the number of students in an elective. So based on how many divisions can be formed, we allow the divisions to be formed. So basically the divisions will be created on the basis of elective courses being chosen by the students. And one more point I wanted to highlight is this, the faculty who have presented the courses today, they may not be teaching them, right? So we have a mechanism where the faculty also will submit their choices, course choices for teaching for the upcoming term, and based on their choices and based on the electives opted, we assign the faculty. So you should not be under impression that the faculties who have presented a particular elective course will always be teaching that course. That may not be always the case. Yeah, I hope I have answered the question. So either you can unmute and ask a question, or you can put the question in the chat box. It reaches to everybody. And as we have been saying, in case you have any more queries before you want to decide your elective, you can always reach out to any of the faculty members who have presented, or you can reach out to Dr. Archana, me, and Miss Shivani for any further queries.